it was reported this week that Atlanta has emerged as a suitor for Ben Simmons. Now, there are several different packages that could go on here. What do you think would be the package that makes sense for both teams? And who would you say that Atlanta is now the favorite to land him, or how do you see this going down?
I think Atlanta's the favorite to land him. I think they're kind of like the team to land him. Because if you look at Atlanta, the players they can't trade, Trae Young, John Collins, Clint Capella because he signed an extension, and Kevin Herter because he signed an extension. So have those four guys away. And that means Ben Simmons is going to start as small forward, right? Because Kevin Herter is shooting guard, Trae's point guard, John Collins is small power forward, Clint Capella the center. So the spacing is there, a little bit of an issue, but I think adding that defense, adding that playmaking will be great. Everyone else is available to trade. So that's DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, Bogdanovich, and Danilo Gallinari. And then they have all their picks. They have this year's 2022. They have a protected version of like the Thunder's 2022, which I think turns to 2 seconds, but they have another 2022 pick. You can throw a 2024 pick. And then boom, that's just a boatload of talent, boatload of picks. Like where else is Philly gonna get that, right? Like they're the clear favorites. And I think right now they're just discussing how much Atlanta can retain. Obviously, they don't want to get rid of all of their assets. They don't want to get rid of Bogdanovich, Gallinari, Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter, Okongwu, and 3 picks, right? They're not going to do that. Yeah. So they're just they're in like the stages where it's like 76ers want all of it.
Yeah.
The Hawks don't want to get rid of all of it. And they're just like debating, all right, we're keeping Okongwu, we're keeping, not Cam Reddish, maybe like Gallinari, keeping that 2026 pick, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But right now, it's the best trade package available. It has the most assets available, and it makes the most sense for both teams to do it. So they have to be the favorites to land him.
That's a home run return for Philly. Like if they were somehow to swindle the deal of getting Reddish, Bogdanovich, Hunter, Gallo, and picks or whatever, that is just like
it's
getting
crazy.
That level. That is by far the best return they can get. That would put them into conference finals, maybe even finals contenders for me. This season if that did go down. But even if they get like a fraction of that, even if they get Bogdanovich and Hunter or whatever and like something Reddish. Else, that'll help them out right now. The only question for me, and I love the Simmons fit in Atlanta you just talked about, Trae Young, Ben Simmons, John Collins, and Kevin Herter. Awesome. I don't think either of us like the Capella fit because a non-shooting, we've seen Ben with a non-shooting center before. But if you're thinking long term, maybe in the offseason you can flip Capella for something if Miles Turner is still available. Talk about a team an exciting team to watch. You have Miles Turner, the shooting center with those 4 guys. Crazy.
Yeah. And from Philly's point of view, they're going to be like, man, we don't want these young guys and picks. We're not building for the future. We're building for the right now with Embiid. A superstar team, like a superstar player that's trading away, like let's say Damian Lillard gets traded away this offseason.
Yeah.
They don't want Ben Simmons, man. They don't want a 26-year-old who has massive ego, who hasn't played and sat out a whole year. They don't want to take that risk. What they would much rather have is, great defender and spot-up shooter, Cam Reddish, great defender and shooter, and DeAndre Hunter. All those Atlanta picks and all of your picks? All right, let's get something talking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They would much rather take that package where it has Atlanta's picks, Philly's picks, and then 2 young guys, maybe even 3 young guys in like Maxey, Reddish, and Hunter, you know what I mean? That's a way better package for a rebuilding team like the Portland Trailblazers, for example, that's trading away their star, than a Ben Simmons and like, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to take a chance on a rebuilding team where you have a bunch of young guys and you know you're going to suck on a 26-year-old who has ego issues, right? So it has to happen this offseason because I think when it comes to next offseason, I don't think this trade will be there for Atlanta because I think they're going to trade Cam Reddish this offseason. So because they don't want to re-sign him and give him an extension, right? So Philly, you have to take advantage and get this trade done this trade deadline.
And I really, really hope this happens because, man, Trae and Ben
makes too much sense.
It makes so much. It's such an interesting fit. It's crazy. Like a Ben and Trae pick and roll would be crazy. Seeing Ben like play more of a big man role. Type. Like, my God, there's just so much potential there.
Yeah, and the only other Philly destination that's kind of been in the rumors for like Ben Simmons and stuff is the De'Aaron Fox trade.
Okay.
I like that swap personally,
Yeah.
but I really don't think those Kings rumors are true because they're kind of like in the play-in, and I think the Kings organization will be happy to make the play-in. So I think they're going to be pushing and buying. I don't think they're going to make a huge trade where they trade one of their superstars. I think that's a trade that might happen in the off season because Ben Simmons has expressed interest in playing for California, including the Kings, which doesn't usually happen, you
Yeah.
know. So I think that's like an off-season trade if this doesn't happen. I just can't see the Sacramento Kings trading De'Aaron Fox mid-season. I just can't see that happening.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here so you never miss the best clips from Stretch the Floor. Hit the links in the description below to find us on all podcast platforms, and follow us on Instagram.